Hi ladies! So this is going to be my first ever bump date. This is baby number 3 for us, and for my first two I did not record any kind of bump dates or anything. So I am officially pregnant. If you guys haven't seen my live pregnancy test video, you should check that one out. But here is, hopefully you can see, there is definitely 2 lines there. The test line is a bit light. I tested really quite early. I tested before my expected period, so the first test we took was really light, and then I had to take another one because you almost couldn't see that one. Like, I knew it was there, I could see it, but you had to like squint and turn it, and yeah. So we are so excited. Just a little backstory. My husband and I tried for several years to get pregnant with our first baby, unassisted by any doctors or anything, not knowing that there was anything wrong. So after a few years of not succeeding to get pregnant, we went to a doctor and I was diagnosed with PCOS. So to get pregnant with our first son, we went through just actually 2 rounds of Clomid, and we got pregnant on our second cycle using that fertility treatment. And then our second baby, it took us 2 months to conceive him, and we conceived him all naturally. We didn't have any type of fertility drugs at all, so that was such a blessing, and I feel so lucky that we were able to do that. And now with baby number 3, again, we've done it all naturally, no fertility treatments at all, and it took us, this was our first cycle. Like, I am floored. I did not think that it was going to happen this fast, like, at all. So I am honestly like so shocked. Some symptoms that I had that made me kind of, am I pregnant? It hasn't been that long since I've been done breastfeeding. Milo is almost 21 months old. And well, I guess in like 2 weeks, so he's like 20 months old. So 2 months ago, I stopped breastfeeding him. So I was always able to sometimes squeeze out a little bit. I wasn't completely dried up from breastfeeding, and I knew I was pregnant with him at first before I took a test because I squeezed my boob and a little bit of stuff came out. So I was like, oh my god, like that doesn't happen unless you're pregnant. And but this time it was so close to when I was done breastfeeding, so I was kind of unsure, but when I squeezed it, like lots came out, like quite a bit. So I was kind of like, okay, before I was only getting like a tiny little drop, and now I'm getting like lots. So that was kind of my first hint at, okay, maybe that's something that could be considered a pregnancy symptom. Another thing that happened was with both of my boys when I was pregnant with them, the odd time Steven would come home and he'd kiss me, and he had like this smell on his breath. Like, it wasn't stinky breath, it wasn't like, it was just like this smell, and I always told him like, oh, like that smell, like that makes me want to like puke. I don't know what kind of smell that is, but it was like, I don't know, it was like the weirdest thing, and it would only happen once in a while. And he came home, this is before we knew that I was pregnant this time, and I was like, oh my god, you have that smell. And he was like, oh my god, you are totally pregnant. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that's crazy, because I like legit smelled that stinky smell, and it was like I hadn't smelt it since my last pregnancy, so it was really weird. So that was kind of a fun little, oh my gosh, maybe I am pregnant. Other than that, I haven't really had too much fatigue. I haven't had any nausea at all yet. Crossing my fingers that I don't get too much nausea. I think with my last 2 pregnancies, that didn't really kick in until weeks like 7 to 8. So hopefully if it does kick in, it's not too bad. I never really had it too bad with either of my other ones, but you never know. Every pregnancy is different. So haven't had any food aversions or anything. I haven't had any spotting. I've had a little bit of like cramping, especially around the time that I was going to get my period. Just like light cramping, bloaty kind of feeling, nothing major. We have not seen a doctor yet. The little town that I live in, it's kind of really crappy. We've always had problems keeping doctors here, and just not enough doctors for the size of the community, and so there's just a really bad doctor shortage. And my family doctor, I'm really sad because the doctor that delivered both of the boys actually moved to another city just recently, the last month. So I'm really sad that she's not going to be here to deliver this baby, because I absolutely loved her. So now we kind of made an appointment with a doctor who a lot of people say good things about him. So I'm hoping that we'll really like him and get along well with him. But the soonest available appointment that I had with any doctor, not just him, was September the 8th. So I'm going to be 11 weeks exactly on that day that I go for my first prenatal appointment. So I'm kind of upset about that. You know, I'm kind of worried, especially because I don't have a lot of symptoms right now. Like I don't even have like breast tenderness, nothing. So I have like pretty much, other than a little bit of cramping here and there, I have no symptoms at all. So that's kind of, you know, always like in the back of your head, you're worried that something could be wrong. And especially because I haven't had a doctor's appointment, and I'm not going to have a doctor's appointment for so long. So I called the clinic and asked them if it's okay if I just come in as a walk-in and just see any doctor, and maybe they can send me for like my initial blood work or something anyways to help me just to confirm that I'm pregnant, which, you know I am. But just to confirm that with blood work to ease my mind, and just get that first initial blood work started or something. Hopefully they can do something for me. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at right now. 5 weeks exactly. Today is July the 28th. And it's Thursday, so every Thursday my weeks will be switching over. So that's really exciting. I don't know if I'm going to do weekly updates. I might do every couple of weeks for now, and then once I'm farther along in my pregnancy, I'll probably do, maybe go into the weekly updates. It's just that, especially since I'm not going to be seeing a doctor or anything, unless my symptoms really change, I'm not going to have really much to talk about. So we haven't told very many people yet. We've told very few close people, and we're probably not going to really tell many people until we get something back from the doctors. But when we do tell them, when I first knew that we were going to start TTCing, I knew that I wanted a cute way to announce the pregnancy to everybody, and so I got 2 of these shirts that say Big Brother with an arrow. So we're going to do something cute, some kind of picture that both boys are going to be wearing their shirts, and they have an arrow. So Mason will be standing here, and then Milo with the arrow pointing, and then we're going to have like a little sign saying something cute about Mommy's expecting baby number 3. So that is going to be cute. Maybe we'll do some kind of little video or something so you guys can kind of see that. But yeah, and other than that, I am going to show you guys my belly just as a reference of a starting point. I am definitely overweight right now. So what you see is it's not a baby bump at all right now. That is just me. But yeah, so I am going to show you guys the belly just so I have it as a reference for later of what I looked like when I first started, and I probably won't do another belly shot until I actually start getting a little bit of a bump. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next update. Bye.